Hey guys, it's Victoria and welcome back to FemmeHead. Today I want to talk about working for yourself at home versus like out in the public. Because one of the perks is you can literally work from almost anywhere. There are a few things that you need to work, but for the most part, you're pretty free to roam. And I should preface all this by saying this is all from my personal experience. People who work for themselves might have an office. Working for myself and starting my own business, this is kind of what it looks like. But today I wanted to talk about the difference between like choosing to work from your home, like I am today, or going to a coffee shop or a library or somewhere to get your work done. Let's start with talking about why I choose to work from home and why I like it for a number of reasons. So the first thing is you don't have to get ready if you don't want to. You don't have to worry about your appearance and like, am I presentable to go out into the world? Granted, most days I do get ready. It's an important process of like getting into the mindset of like, okay, it's time to work. But if I'm on my period or something and I just can't be bothered to put pants on, I won't. And I will crack through my work that day in a pair of sweatpants and be super productive, and it doesn't matter. Like right now, I'm wearing a pair of leggings and slippers and I'm super comfortable, but I'm still being productive. But if I am gonna go work from a coffee shop, I'll normally like put on a cute outfit or what have you. Number two, it is free from distraction from others, because for the most part, when I'm working at home, I'm completely alone and I don't have to worry about like the violent typing of the guy next to me or the conversation of two people 3 tables away that you can hear everything about and you know their life story. You don't have those distractions at home. Number 3 is I have my designated workspace that I absolutely love. It hasn't always been this way. When I first started FemmeHead, I would just work from my kitchen counter, and then I made a desk that went up against the window, but I found that super distracting because I would watch all the little families going to the science center. But I would say nowadays, if I'm working from home, like 96% of the time I'm working from my desk, and it's another piece of the puzzle of creating the routine of like getting into the work mindset, because I know that if I'm at this desk, that means it's time to work. And I like what I've created with my desk. Like I like the layout of it. I really like my desk. I like all the little bits I have. I like my plants. I like my little felt letter board, my map, my candles. I'm happy with everything that's on my desk, and I like that I've been able to create this space for myself. 4, snacks. That's right. All of your food is like 30 seconds away from you. And for some people, this might be a negative, but for me, it's a positive because I can't work if I'm hungry. And so it's nice to be able to stop and just quick go make a lunch or go make a snack. You can't do that when you're working from somewhere else. I mean, you can go buy a muffin or get a sandwich or something. I try to eat the majority of my meals at home, and so having my food there and knowing I don't have to like stop my work and go home to make it is really nice. And the final thing is, this is where I film my videos for FemmeHead. I just like filming from the comfort of my own home. I cannot film if other people are around. I'm super awkward about it. Like if Michael is here, I have to have him in the complete furthest room with headphones in for me to be able to like focus on filming. So that is another perk of like, this is where I film my videos. So if I have to film my videos like I do today, I know I'm gonna work from home. But recently, I've been spending a lot of time at a particular coffee shop called Ritual Cafe, and I absolutely love it. So I wanted to talk about the reasons that I love working outside of the home now that I've covered why I like working at home. One is it helps me get into that work mindset when I'm physically removing myself from my home and going to a place where I only work. It just helps me know that, okay, that place means work. I find that going to a coffee shop really just helps with my motivation and productivity. So if I am working from home and I just feel fogged and distracted, sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, I need to get out of the house. And that's when I will pack up and go work from somewhere else. The second reason is sometimes you just need social interaction. Even if it's just talking to the gals as they take your drink order, or maybe you'll see someone out and about that you know, or you'll make a new friend. Some days you can just get a bit stir crazy being at home alone. Sometimes I love it, and like that is where I need to be most productive, but sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I need to talk to another human today. And another perk is my mom works along the way to this coffee shop, and so a lot of the times I like pop in there and say hi to her real quick, so it's really nice to be able to see her. The third reason is because it forces physical activity. In the summertime, in the warmer months, I am great about being out and about outside and doing all sorts of things. But in the winter, I don't like going outside because it's so cold. And so this forces me to bundle up, pack up my stuff, and walk somewhere, even if it's 10 minutes away. You know, just getting out and doing that short little thing is very helpful because I'm awful in the winter. And finally, better coffee. I love making coffee at home, but nothing that I've ever made compares to the Mayan mocha with coconut milk that I get from Ritual Cafe. And granted, there's great coffee everywhere, and that's nice. And it's just, I don't know, coffee shop coffee is different from home coffee. And that's fine. Like some days I'm like, yeah, I'm so excited to wake up and make coffee. But some days I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to take my mug and go get my coffee today. There are pros and cons to each situation of why like working at home is better or working outside the home is better. And it really just depends on what I'm feeling that day. I go through phases of being my most productive self at home, and I'll work from home consistently for a few months. But ever since getting back from, I think it was Sri Lanka, I have had to go outside the home. And so go outside the home. And so like 3 or 4 days of a work week, I will go and work from this coffee shop, and that is just my happy place, and that's where I'm productive. Just like something about being surrounded by people, like even if it can be distracting at times or someone next to me is annoying, I can just pop in my headphones, and just being in that atmosphere spices up my juices, my creative juices, and gets them flowing better, and it keeps me motivated and productive. But it all just kind of depends on what I'm feeling. I'm forever grateful that I have the option to choose where I work from. So now I'm curious, like, what are your favorite places to work from if you have the option, or do you not have the option? Are you like stuck to only being able to work in one place? And how does that work for you really well? Do you enjoy that? And do you think that maybe if you had options to choose, you know, the location you work from, would that help you as well? I know some people like having their space to work and just leaving work at work and then having the rest of their life be the rest of their life, but everyone's different. All right, guys, that is what I have to say about my personal experience of working for myself and the positives of working at home and the positives of like working in a coffee shop. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.